Oh, hello.
Marc, I haven't seen
How
you
are
in a
you?
while.
I mean, you haven't seen. I mean, we talk every day. Just have we don't see each other because that's kind of weird. And also,
do
you're
talk daily.
2,000 miles away, but we talk anyway. It's the Marc and JD podcast here, episode 83, not 82, but whatever. 83. I fixed
There we
that.
go.
I fixed that. I fix it now. I fix it.
We're good.
83. So we're counting down. Maybe we'll get to 100 by Christmas. At this rate, I thought we would have been at 100 by now. Things have happened. It's been quite a. We haven't been on a regular schedule, like my bowel movements, but you know it's okay.
Every morning. Take a
I
shit.
know. Anyway, I wanted to start by talking. My air in my house is busted, and rather than shell out like because the cost for refrigerant, I can't find the leak, and I'm not about to tear it all down. It would be like over $1,000, probably almost like two, just to maybe find the leak and replace it.
Yeah.
So I've just been refilling the refrigerant every year. It's like $200. It's way cheaper than replacing the whole line.
True.
You know. Well, this year it ran out. I mean, I guess the leak's getting worse because it ran out in 3 months.
Ooh, shit.
Yeah. So like the air is cool, but it's not cold, so it ain't cooling shit down. And then we had like this mini heat wave here. And it's been so hot in my house. I went and bought a portable air conditioner. I had a window unit just in case, because it's happened before. So that's in the main. That's in the bedroom, and then in the wife's office, I put like this portable air conditioner. I don't know if you've ever used a portable air conditioner, but it's not really portable. Okay.
No,
It's
you still
really
have to
not
have, it has
portable.
to have a drain or a line to go through a window, doesn't it?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, it's portable enough that you can move it from room to room somewhat easily, right? Like, but what they don't tell you is that thing fucking weighs a shitload. Like, yeah, it's on wheels, but it's like 90 pounds. It's fucking heavy as shit. It cools pretty efficiently. Actually, it works better when I have it in straight dehumidifier. It works better than as an air conditioner. I don't know why. I don't know.
That don't make no sense.
So like it was like 80. I think I turned on the thermostat that I use for like the heating. It was like 84 in my dining room the other day. I'm like, so I really haven't been doing shit because it's just so hot everywhere but upstairs, and it's finally starting to cool off a bit. It's not supposed to be this hot mid-September. It's like
no, generally not.
Not here, not in Pennsylvania.
So the air went out here. Probably
in Florida. That's an emergency.
So like 2 weeks ago, and it's not my house, so I'm not going to fix it. So I don't care. But when they finally did fix it, the thermostat read 89 degrees.
I can't.
I was at work. I don't care. I forgot to tell you, I did buy that cool shower cold whatever body wash.
Oh, the shower thing that we never talked about.
Yeah, we never talked about it, but
cold.
I did. Oh, it's really cold.
But the first time you put it on your nuts, you're like, "Oh my god, my nuts are like ice."
I'm like, this is like ice fire. What is happening?
It's like icy hot on my nuts. Yeah, that stuff's pretty good.
But like 89 degrees, and I come home and they finally, I guess they fixed it. I don't know, whatever it was, and they had the fucking doors open. They had like the doors open to air the place out. I'm like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Why would you open the doors? It's 95 degrees outside. It's cooler inside. Logic would dictate not a great idea.
I got fans going. You know, I don't want to put I'm only going to get like a couple weeks of usage out of it. And if the price hadn't jumped, like I paid $500 to fill it this year. If it hadn't jumped, I probably would have just done it. Like last year it was $200 bucks, whatever. This year I couldn't stomach it. But I'm going to get a whole new, I'm trying to get some quotes here. I'm going to get a whole new unit. I'm sick of this unit, and it doesn't do heating. So like my heating sucks. And I know in like 2 months, they're going to be like, where's that fucking heat? I'm going to miss the. Where's the warmth? Like it just sucks.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, it
never
is what
it's
it
never
is.
comfortable. I mean, it's comfortable for a little bit in the morning, but I work from home. I don't really give a shit. I have the windows open and the fans going.
Yeah, we talked about this before. Being a homeowner really fucking sucks.
It sucks.
It's
It's
just,
the
it's just
worst.
so like right now I'm living in like not
You're not a
luxury.
homeowner right
I'm not
now.
a homeowner right now, which kind of sucks because you're not putting any equity into anything. But at the same time, I don't have to worry about fixing anything.
Right.
Though the person who owns the house doesn't fix anything either, so everything's jerry rigged,
I got to
for lack of a
replace
better term.
my sink, my kitchen sink, and kitchen faucet. I'm probably gonna do that on Friday.
I did that at the house in North Carolina, and it wasn't too bad.
I got somebody coming to help me, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah,
But I'm not an expert in it. I mean, YouTube will tell you everything. I fixed my dryer with YouTube.
You know who's
I'm
an
not
expert?
a handy person. Who?
Bert Favre.
Bert Ferv. It's
Bert
Bert
Ferv.
Ferv. Bert Ferv is an expert. He's an expert on getting money from the state of Mississippi.
He's an expert in sending really poorly timed text messages.
Of his penis.
Of his
His
penis.
small penis.
Miss Jennifer Sturger, right? Sturger?
Sturger?
Yeah,
Sturgis?
Sturger?
Yeah, something like that.
Sturger.
Yeah.
Irrelevant.
I don't know how those text messages leaked from Bert Ferb, but they were like, and nobody's ever going to find out, right? Like, what the fuck? Why would you? I would never, ever put shit like that in writing.
I mean,
don't these people know?
So he paid it back at least, but he knew that it was happening, and it just looks so fucking shitty.
Doesn't Wrangler pay him enough?
I don't know. He doesn't do anything else, though. He's not like a commentator. He doesn't do anything for college.
Well,
Like,
after the whole penis gate thing, why would you want him on your team?
Is he still doing regular commercials?
Yeah.
Bert
I'm pretty sure.
Ferb.
I don't think I don't really watch TV, so I only ever see it like if I happen to be watching YouTube on something where I still have ads on.
Dad, you put in Bert Ferv Wrangler, and it's like 87 pictures.
Bert Ferv. No, he retired from Wrangler jeans. When was this article?
Bleacher Report, September 2009.
No, that's not true.
That's what it says. But
He's still doing ads.
They probably still air the commercials. Now isn't he doing something for like ED or something?
He's still doing ads. Like he was still doing ads a couple years ago. There's like one from 2016.
But they're probably just old ads, though, aren't they?
Well, they've dropped them for a little bit, and then they brought them back after the whole penis thing.
Yeah, that's probably true. So he was a...
This is what happens when you idolize these sports people. Okay? Whether it's Bert Ferv or Trevor Bauer, who's back in the news again, or anybody.
Bauer.
You shouldn't be idolizing these people because no matter what they do, and the same goes for some nameless ex-presidents, no matter what they do, no matter what, they will always defend these people. They could do the worst shit. They could take a dump on a supporter's chest and everyone would be like, it was so worth it. You took a dump on my chest.
Cleveland Steamer.
Yeah, he gave me the old Cleveland Steamer.
Well, didn't Bauer play in Cleveland? So I mean, it makes sense. Actually.
Yes. But he wasn't a shit thing. He wanted to beat the fuck out of you. So he was a Trevor Bauer special probably would have been a donkey punch. That's exactly what he did.
Punched in the ass isn't really that big of a deal. I mean, it was the butthole to be kind of weird.
Well, but like the complaint said she punched him in the vagina, which is a kink I've never heard of before.
I mean,
I don't understand that. Like full force, like right in the vag. I don't understand.
Why would you want that anyway? Like, I mean, it's just very strange. Like, but you would have to be like primed and ready for that. All right, go ahead, punch me right in the vagina, and then it happens. And you're like, maybe that was a bad idea. Because I mean, I don't know. Even though it's not like
I don't think anybody's asked for that ever.
Getting punched in the balls hurts like a motherfucker.
Yeah, but you see, there is a small subset of kink for that.
My kid hit me in the balls the other day, and I smacked him in the head.
It's just like a reaction. Whack! It's just like a reaction.
So the funny story about getting hit in the balls. We were at the Heroes and Villains Con in New Jersey. My brother, his kid, Leslie, the other. I don't know if the other kid was born yet. I would imagine so because Noah was born. So it was me, Haley, Noah, and his family. So both families, and we were going to whatever, and it was just we were waiting in a really long line to see Stephen and Mel, right, from Arrow, and Douglas is he's older, so he's older than Noah. So Haley has Noah in her arms or whatever. He's not feeling well anyway, but Douglas is just getting antsy and antsy and antsy. Finally, he punches my brother in the balls. And my brother
like straight punches him.
like just punch like he's just like getting antsy, bam, whacks him right in the balls.
Oh,
Brother,
it wasn't like he just went like walked right over and just gave him a little nut tap and walked away.
I mean, I don't know. It seemed like my brother took it like personally, like you know how he does. Anyway.
All guys do. I know your brother, but all guys take it personally. It can be a total accident, and you'd be like, oh, it's like it doesn't hurt yet. Just give it like 8.5. You get that like 15 seconds before like the pain really starts.
That was the last Comic-Con I ever went to, and that is the last Comic-Con I will ever go to.
Any reason why that'll be? I've never been to it. Well,
because
I'm trying to think. I wasn't a Comic-Con, but they used to have something at the Javits Center I would go to, but it wasn't a Comic-Con.
I will
forget what it's called. Digital Life Show or something.
That was the Comic-Con where everybody was there. It was John Barrowman was there, Katie Lotz was there. Who's the chick who played Laurel?
That was like the height of Arrow, like
the height of Arrow,
season 4-ish,
something like that. Yeah. So what the fuck is her name? Katie Cassidy, Brandon Routh was there. A whole bunch of people were there. I got all those autographs, right? And my kid, we go to the hotel in New Jersey. There's an issue with like the room. They were afraid the kids were going to open the windows and jump out the windows. I'm like, dude, they're not.
What hotel has windows that you can open?
I don't know. They were just complaining about everything. So like they were complaining about the windows. I'm like, all right, we'll switch hotels. So that was a whole fucking fiasco. I'm like, listen, my brother, we're not staying in the same room. We rented our own room, but I was like, I don't want to stay in a hotel if they're not staying in a hotel. And they were good enough to accommodate us to get out of the like hotel or whatever. So we stayed at another hotel. We drive back the next day. The hotel was fine. But we go down to the breakfast thing. And I don't know why, but I believe my brother. He said, yeah, it's free breakfast or whatever. So we go down there and we eat breakfast. And they're like, all right, here's your bill. And they give you a bill. And it was like $45 fucking for breakfast. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
Like, did you have to order from a menu or was it like buffet?
No, it was like buffet. It was like $15 a person. I'm like, yeah, my kid ate like Cheerios. I mean, like, get the fuck out of here with your bullshit. But we drive back to Pennsylvania, and my kid is just not feeling well the whole time. And I'm pretty sure he's just allergic to Pennsylvania, which is clearly, I mean, he gets sick every time he goes there. But he had a fever of 104.
A fever
of 104, and he had an ear infection that had to have antibiotics. We had to take him to urgent care. It was fucking insane. He couldn't leave. We had to take him back. We just drove home. We went back to, at that point, we're living in North Carolina. We just drove back home. I was like, fuck it. I don't even want to stay.
It's a long drive.
6-hour drive with a kid who's sick. Mm-hmm. Haley had to sit in the back. I mean, it was better than driving 12 hours. Don't get me wrong, but still. It was just like one bullshit thing after another.
But, okay, so the original question was, why won't you go to another con? Not what happened after the con.
Just the whole fiasco of the Comic-Con, waiting in line, all that shit. I don't.
Well, I mean, that's what it is. Like, if you don't have a kid, it's probably not as bad.
Well, I mean, me and him went to other ones. Like we went to the one in Raleigh. We met Michael Rooker, which was kind of cool. I got him to sign a Yondu pop, which is awesome. But
you gotta have like all these Comic-Cons in different areas. Like, don't call it Comic-Con. Call it something else. Like the Heroes and Villains Con, that's fine, right? Like, don't call it Comic-Con because it makes it seem like you're somewhat affiliated and it's gonna be like a bigger deal. It's not.
I just call it Comic-Con. I don't know what it was called at that one, to be honest with you.
A lot of them are called like Comic-Con. Like the big ones, you got San Diego and New York, but nobody else should be using that. There's one in there's a 4-state Comic-Con.
4 states.
Yeah. Next, it's in Hagerstown, Maryland.
We could get lost. Well, I know we went to that one. That's where I met Diggle.
That's where you went?
Oh no, maybe it's Harrisburg. I don't remember. Whatever it was, we met Diggle. We met Diggle, and we met Reverse Flash.
You met? Oh no, not what's his name?
No, the actual right. Reverse Flash.
The actual Reverse Flash. Okay, yes. Right. I gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. It's whatever. I've never been to a con. Like for somebody as nerdy as me, like I don't do some of the super nerd stuff. I'm a weird kind of nerd.
I like autographs. You know that
You
about
do.
me.
You
I've talked
do
about it
like
a lot.
autographs.
I like
You'd rather
autographs.
have an autograph than a picture.
Oh, absolutely. I don't want my picture.
The only autograph I have, I think I can point out is Kevin Smith. And I think you got that from
I
him.
got that for you, and I
Right.
have multiple things signed by Kevin Smith, and I had that picture of me and him together, and I'm tempted to send it and see if he'll sign it.
I don't have a picture of me and him. I
No,
know
you.
we opted I opted not to get a picture with him, I think. I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
We
Because
that was.
I did go to a store once.
Did you?
Yeah, like he posted it on MySpace back in like 2007. And I asked my buddy, I'm like, hey, you want to go? Kevin Smith's doing like a meet and greet at the stash. And I'm like, do you want to go? And the line was like huge.
Yeah, that's how it was.
Huge. It was like one of the first things like on social media that they did. And like, dude, the line, I was there from 11 to 12. Like it took for at one point, because he was talking to everybody. At
Yeah.
one point, he's like, look, we're just gonna roll everybody else through here because like we're running out of time, and he wanted to see everybody.
Yeah.
Dude, we were on the line so long we had Domino's delivered to us on the line.
I won a thing to meet him.
You did. Yeah,
Very
because he was
honored.
doing a whole bunch of stuff here, and Clerks 3 is out. I think it came out yesterday. They started rolling it out. I do want to see it. I have a lot of movies to catch up on, like Top Gun,
I watched Top
Thor,
Gun. I watched Thor. 66% on Rotten Tomatoes.
But Thor?
No, Clerks 3. I don't know about Thor. Thor.
No, I don't care about what they say. I don't care. It's Clerks, like
Thor is 64%, actually.
What was?
Love and Thunder.
Yeah, whatever. A lot of people are hating on the MCU because like it seems like it's directionless. I'm like, yeah, so are the first 4 MCU movies in general. They were pretty directionless.
Well, we're in phase 5 now, and phase 5 starts with Ant-Man, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, and then Thor will be back. There'll be another Thor movie.
Think about phase 1: Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Incredible Hulk. Like, it was just introducing characters so you could put them in the Avengers. They were so directionless.
And the first Thor movie and the second Thor movie are not that great. They're okay. The
first Thor is okay. Phenomenal. The second one is probably the worst MCU movie.
Thor,
the third one's probably that's probably the best MCU movie.
Between that and Winter Soldier, maybe.
They did say the new Captain America is gonna be like that kind of that kind of like style,
political thriller kind of thing. Yeah, it looks really interesting. They're going very neopolitical with a lot of shit now, especially in that kind of realm. But they're in DC though, so it makes sense if you do it that way.
All it's gonna do is piss the fucking review bombers off because they're gonna review bomb the shit out of it.
Just like
Captain America's white, some bullshit.
Well, speaking of which, you see, The Little Mermaid's black now.
Who cares?
And her eyes are very far apart.
Who cares? I don't care. She's black. It's not true to the original. The original what? The movie? She's a fucking mermaid.
I don't care about Little Mermaid. I just think it's funny how woke shit has become.
It's like all over my TikTok.
It's everywhere, dude. Fucking everything is like you in order to not make black people hate your shit, you make the main character black, but you make all the white people hate your shit. But have it be
it's not even about like not making white people or black people hate or like your shit. You pick the best person for the part. I'm sure Disney didn't go in there being like, we're gonna make her black.
We're gonna make her black.
We need to be more woke. Because I assume they're all Southern,
Probably, yeah.
But I don't assume that they go in there like that at all.
I don't know. I just feel like they kind of are pushing this whole agenda on mainstream media. As far as
pushing it, Disney,
every fucking studio there is. I mean, the Academy Awards, for Christ's sake, are pushing it.
Who cares? That's
I'm just saying,
get an award.
But I'm just saying that's what's happening. I mean, we're living in this fucking culture of Me Too and woke bullshit. So it is what it is.
The day when they try to change Superman into a black man, That's just when shit really is gonna hit the fan.
Oh, and
They already don't like Miles Morales as Spider-Man.
he's not
Even
the
though he's
same
in a
Spider-Man.
right, he's a different character. Not Peter
Miles,
Parker.
Miles Morales is a great character, by the way.
Right.
So who cares? But that's an invented character. Like if you take a white character, like for example, Spider-Man or whatever, and you turn him black, people are going to be a little like, what the fuck? I mean, I don't care. I don't like Superman that much anyway, so whatever. But remember when Cuba Gooding Jr. wanted to play Daredevil? Do you remember this?
Not really. Maybe
when
vaguely.
The Ben Affleck movie came out, he wanted to play Daredevil, and
nobody complained when they made Michael Clark Duncan Kingpin.
No,
he was a black guy.
Big old bald black guy.
Big old black dude.
And that
also,
movie,
by the way, nobody's complaining about what's the guy that plays? Who's the guy that plays Kang the Conqueror?
No,
Jonathan Majors. Yeah. Well, he's blue. Okay, he's blue in the comic. Where's the blue people representation in America?
Speaking of like Ant-Man, because that's where he's going to be originally. But
he was in Loki first.
Well, he was, but he was like the He Who Remains. He wasn't King the Conqueror.
He wasn't named yet. But yeah.
But did you actually watch that? I'm proud of you.
Loki?
Yeah.
Oh, Loki was awesome.
Oh, that's a great show.
Loki was one of the ones I timed to specifically catch the last episode as it aired.
Okay.
I think that was the last show I did it with too.
So, the one thing that's really intriguing about Ant-Man is that they're bringing MODOK in. As I guess it's going to be Yellow Jacket. It's going to be a costume or something. I don't know, but MODOK's always been one of my favorite characters. Because it's so absolutely fucking ridiculous. So absolutely ridiculous.
It should be.
And I can't wait.
Are the people that don't have giant heads going to complain when it's not played by a person with a giant head?
Just some dude with short arms and a giant head. What the fuck?
Oh, it's not. It's going against people with giant heads. You use computer imagery to make a person with a normal size head bigger.
I think
people just like to complain about shit. I mean, as somebody who complains about shit, I complain about a lot of shit.
You complain about a lot of shit.
But my complaints are not like, oh, this is not true to the whatever. Actually, I take that back. A lot of it is that's not true to whatever, but to the whole as a whole story or the whole character. I don't care what color they are, but like when you change Superman from not like his dad says, don't save the kids on that, but that's not Superman, and I will point to that every single time.
Yeah, that's
Man of Steel. That's not Superman. That's the whole point of Superman.
Well, and that's if you watch Smallville, which I don't think you ever did, right?
I watched like the first 3 seasons before it was like, all right, I've had enough of this.
Well, I mean, he saves kids. He saves everybody. I mean, they have a whole counter of how many people he saved. Right. He didn't he would rather risk people finding out about it than not save anybody. And that's the point of Superman. That's why the show is so true to comic books and true to the story of Superman, because it worked, and you can't break away from. That's why this Snyderverse bullshit never really works for me, because it just doesn't play on the actual comic books. It doesn't do anything it's trivial, really. But
right, and they make Batman, like Affleck's not a bad Batman.
No, right? He's not. He's actually awesome Batman.
But they make him out to be more of a straight on fighter than he is like a guy who doesn't just fight because he's strong, but a guy that like uses every advantage to his advantage because he knows everybody's strengths and weaknesses.
Well, he's the world's greatest detective. I mean,
but none of the movies ever reflect that.
Well, they did it a little bit in the Dark Knight trilogy, a little bit here and there, and then in this new movie, which I'm surprised like you didn't like it, but he plays more of a detective role in this movie.
I did not like it. I enjoyed
it was really dark, and you didn't like Riddler. Okay,
I didn't like what they did with Catwoman, not because she was black, but because of how they treated the character, and also what they did with Riddler. The whole point of Riddler is not he doesn't want to kill everybody. The whole point of Riddler is that he wants to prove that he's smarter than Batman.
Well, you have to think about it this way too, though. How many times has Riddler been done, and so stupidly? I mean, Jim Carrey.
I mean, it's just one movie. I mean, but it worked. It worked because it was goofy, over the top. That's what Riddler was.
It sold tickets. Let's put it that way. It sold tickets, but they wanted to do something different. I get that. It didn't. It worked for their movie, for that darkness of that movie.
So many other villains they could have used, though. That's what it was.
I want to see the Court of Owls. That's all I want to see.
Right.
That
Court
shit
of
would
Owls
be
would be awesome.
amazing.
You could have just, Victor Zsasz. Just, if
Yeah.
you want to be dark, just use him.
They could have had him as a bit player in that movie.
Right.
Honestly, they had Penguin really do absolutely nothing. So I mean,
Court of Owls has been the biggest. But do you need Damien?
nah, I don't think so. I think you could play around it.
Maybe it would be hard to do. And for people who don't know, who don't follow the comics, Damien is Bruce Wayne's son that he has with Talia al Ghul.
It would have been something to do in like the Dark Knight trilogy if they were going to do it. And they aged in those movies. They aged him so rapidly that it just didn't make sense. Towards the end, he could barely walk, and it was like he's wearing like these things to make him be able to kick harder and walk. I'm like, dude, what the fuck happened?
Well,
that trilogy only took
that's what 10,
Dark Knight 10 years.
Dark Knight Returns, like the actual comic, is. Like,
oh no, I know, but I mean, saying Dark Knight Rise, they should have just had a Dark Knight Returns anyway. Who gives a fuck? But maybe they couldn't because of rights. I don't know. But like even with that movie is, we watched it pretty recently, and it's kind of convoluted. It works still. I mean, it's still watchable. It's still really good, but it's
Returns or Rises.
Rises. Batman Returns is my most hated Batman movie of all time, and I don't know why it's rated higher than any.
No, I'm not Batman Returns. Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, Dark Knight Returns. Yeah. I don't know. It's just.
I don't know why you hate Batman Returns more than like Batman and Robin.
It's just fucking stupid. I just don't like it.
Batman and Robin.
I don't even consider that a Batman movie anymore. That movie's just fucking terrible. It's like a parody of a Batman
movie.
I know, but it's
that like they've stricken them from the record here.
They should.
They could pull it off like they did Batwoman. They could just pull it off. They pretend like it doesn't exist and they never made it.
I hate how. No, it's Batgirl, not Batwoman.
Whatever.
It's two different characters, Mark. God.
I know.
One is Mexican and one's black. Neither one of them is Mexican or black. I'm sorry. They're just not. That's what I'm saying. It's weird.
I actually didn't mind of having a black Catwoman. Or
she was fine.
If in the Batman, what's the guy? The Commissioner Gordon is black, right?
Jeffrey Wright. But
Jeffrey Wright. But like,
to your point, Michael Clark Duncan,
black.
But Michael Clark Duncan, to your point, you put a good enough actor in a role, it doesn't matter what color they are, and that's sad to a degree, honestly. But I mean, I don't know how good this girl's going to be as Little Mermaid. Who gives a fuck? Honestly, I really don't give a shit.
They literally changed Nick Fury from David Hasselhoff to Samuel L. Jackson, essentially.
Fucking Sam Jackson,
right? So who cares? Sam Jackson. Now you can't even picture David Hasselhoff ever playing Nick Fury.
The comic books, he's black now.
Yeah,
he's not even white anymore.
After him.
Yes, exactly. Why would you not?
Be the change who you want to, make the change. What's the word? Be the change who you want to be, or some bullshit like that.
Yes, whatever it is, whatever hacky bullshit. But I just feel like they're focusing on the wrong things. I'm not saying who cares. I don't care if she's black. If you want to empower a whole, here's the thing. So we're watching the news, and it's like Entertainment Tonight or something comes on after the actual news, and one of the top story is like, well, leading into, Disney is making Little Mermaid live action movie with this whatever Haley something is her name, Haley.
I don't know.
Haley something.
I don't care. I don't know who she is.
But whatever it is, they're showing all these videos of little black girls. Oh my God, she's black like me. I'm like, really? This is what we're doing right now?
And because they are so starved for entertainment. And why are people recording why are black moms recording their children like watching this? Like, that's just so weird.
They get views on fucking TikTok, man. That's what it is.
I know, I guess. It's just so
fucking
stupid.
Hacky, dude.
So hacky and staged. Oh.
I told you about.
Tune into my TikTok tomorrow when I find a fat Jewish representation of me and have a live reaction to it.
I just think her eyes are far apart. They just look weird to me. I don't know. It's just very strange. And then it could be the way she's looking up at the cat or at the whatever when they film it in that particular scene. But her eyes just really far apart to me. It's really strange. Reminds me of
Who's
Haley's
playing
cousin.
Ursula in the live action?
Probably Queen Latifah. Let's be honest.
I know you hate her.
Now, if you want to get technical,
It's funny that you say that because she did play Ursula in the live action Little Mermaid that they did, but it's actually Melissa McCarthy. Where's the outrage on that? Ursula's definitely black. Okay,
definitely black.
In the cartoon, she's definitely black. So where's the reverse outrage there?
Oh god, it's so terrible. I can't.
Actually, it's like you pick the smallest fucking heels. So all these movies, people go in and they already they hate watch everything now. Does anybody actually like the things that they watch? If I hate something, I don't continue watching it. There's so many other things I could be watching or doing or games I could be playing out there.
Who's voicing
It's
Flounder?
so many things. It's not like what?
Who's voicing Flounder?
Jacob Tremblay.
Oh,
Who is the kid from something?
Yeah. What was it? He was just in something.
He the kid Dr. Sleep.
No,
he's in something. He's the voice in Luca.
Yes, he is that. He's going to be in a remake of Toxic Avenger? What the fuck? They're remaking Toxic Avenger? Oh, he was in Good Boys, that R-rated kid movie.
It stars Peter Dinklage as the Toxic Avenger? How have we not heard about this?
How does that even work?
And it has Kevin Bacon and Elijah Wood in it?
That sounds crazy.
It's not a remake. I don't even know.
It's a reboot of contemporary reimagining.
Filming wrapped last year. Where's the trailer for this?
I don't know, but
it supposedly comes out this year, by the way.
Kevin Bacon.
Dude, Peter Dinklage as the Toxic Avenger is just fucking wild.
Oh, there's got to be a picture of this somewhere.
This is terrible listening for people.
There's got to be I need a picture of this somewhere. God, how does this not exist yet?
I don't know. Maybe they've done a really good job of not talking about it.
Or it's just really, really bad.
Even if it is really bad, it's going to get released. They don't care. Lloyd Kaufman doesn't care. It's actually done. It's a Legendary Pictures movie. They do big movies.
That's based on it's based on that original movie. I haven't
it's
seen
not like
that
a new
movie.
thing.
I haven't seen the movie in 20 fucking years, probably.
I believe, didn't they do like a TV show like for kids, right?
Like a cartoon, I think.
Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
It was like right when Captain Planet was also on TV. Captain Planet.
He's in James Bond Jr.
I don't remember James Bond Jr.
Voiced by Will Friedle.
You know what? My kids started watching the Back to the Future cartoon. Remember that show?
Yeah, that was I don't want to say good show.
It was all right.
It wasn't a bad show.
It was all right. Well, like the weird thing is that Christopher Lloyd is like does live action scenes for every episode, but he doesn't do the voice. It's so weird because it sounds very similar to him, but then you realize it's definitely not his voice.
Actually, I lied. So it was not Will Friedle. I thought it was. It's Corey Burton. I don't know who that is. But he's done a lot. He's the voice of James Bond Jr.
I don't even remember James Bond Jr.
The show aired for one season, 65 episodes.
No, I mean, like one season is
1991. I remember watching this when I was going to elementary school.
They say these weird. I don't know how they define seasons. Like, yeah, it's one season of 65 episodes. Okay, if it's more than a year, that's more than one season.
Yeah, it's probably just split that shit into two and make yourself look better.
Right, just split it into three. You've got 3 seasons there. Why call it just one? Can you even get James Bond Jr. on anything? I've never seen it before.
Probably on YouTube.
What was it on? What channel was it on? Let me see. It was in syndication. How did you even watch it? I never even heard of James Bond Jr. Other than I know that there was a game, but I didn't even know it was a TV show until you just brought it up right now.
There's you can watch it on YouTube.
I can. Is it like in like a decent quality, or does it like look like shit?
Hang on, I'd have to skip this ad first. Let me see. There's like part 1, part 2. Also
Oh,
available, James Bond Jr., A Worm in the Apple. Okay.
I
I
can't
mean, it
believe that
looks.
there's a James. I
It,
didn't even know. And you know
it,
me, I know everything, but
well,
I did not know
I
that
know,
James
I
Bond
know
Jr. was a
everything
show.
about TV.
You do.
You know everything about everything else. Okay.
Yeah, because I'll be
So
like, "Have you ever heard about that show?" He's like, "Yeah, it was a good show." I'm like, "I didn't even what? What do you?" A lot of '80s
so
shows. But like, have you heard of the show? It lasted for 90 episodes. You're like, "Yeah, I've seen it."
like I
Never
remember
know.
a bunch of terrible shit. But this show, it looks like it was filmed in. It was like it was made in the '90s. I mean, it looks like a '90s cartoon, like go
It looks
like
like they just cooked Captain N. Remember Captain N, Nintendo show, the Game
yeah,
Master? It looks
vaguely yes.
exactly the same. Like the guy, James Bond Jr. and Captain
Yeah,
N looked like they were animated by the same exact person.
they probably were. I wouldn't doubt it.
Or
Fuck.
actually, or he looks like. Let me pull it up here. Let me pull this picture up here. So we're gonna open this image. Share this image. Share screen. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so this picture, right? Definitely looks like. Have you ever seen the real Ghostbusters?
Yeah, it looks like Peter Venkman.
Yeah, it looks like Peter
With us.
Venkman from the real Ghostbusters.
I bet you they're connected somehow, like the shows, the creators or whatever. Michael G.
Same
Wilson.
person.
Michael Greg Wilson. He is best known for his association with the James Bond film series.
Can I
So I
share
guess
more than one? I can't share more than one thing at a time.
he
All
was
right.
a,
Well,
he was an executive producer on Moonraker. How old is
look
this
at that.
guy?
Look at that. That's 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 Peter Venkman. That's James Bond Jr. That's Peter Venkman. It's James Bond Jr.
I feel like their voices were definitely different. I don't know
Oh
who
yeah.
did the voice in the Ghostbusters, but it wasn't Bill Murray, but it sounded like Bill Murray.
Hold on 1 second. Okay. No, you stupid thing.
Oh my god, so many Ghostbusters things. Holy shit. 1986 TV series. Let's see.
Captain N. James Bond Jr. Peter Venkman. Peter Venkman. James Bond Jr. This is the same person.
Captain N doesn't look as much like him as Peter Venkman.
Not as much, but it's not like without similarities there. They're all male, brown-haired protagonists on a TV show in the 80s.
Brown hair, blue eye people.
This is like you just changed the hair. It's the same person. It's the same person.
Why is Ghostbusters? Oh, is this the wrong? This is the wrong Ghostbusters. I just realized that is a different Ghostbusters.
You gotta search the real Ghostbusters if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I got it. That's the video game.
Produced by Columbia Pictures Television and DIC Enterprises.
There's got to be a. There it is. Peter Venkman, Lorenzo Music. Who the fuck is that?
Wait, Fred Wolf executive produced James Bond Jr.?
Oh my god,
Fred Wolf?
Dave Coulier voiced Peter Venkman for seasons 3 through 7.
How many seasons are there? It's
7.
140 episodes. Seven seasons.
That's crazy, actually. 140 episodes. Jesus.
It's not bad. I mean, like, there's probably a lot of these. There was actually at one point there was a they changed it to Slimer. There was the Slimer segments or something.
Yeah, they had like little shorts or whatever.
And I believe there's another Ghostbusters show as well. I think. I'm not remembering correctly, probably.
There was the original Ghostbusters, the one that came out before that.
Remember California Raisins?
Yeah, of course.
The show?
Yeah.
Fucking wild, man.
That's some weird shit.
I fucking hate it. Arsenio Hall did the voice of Winston, by the way, for the first 3 seasons.
Oh my god.
I know. I can't believe it lasted 7 seasons. That seems like people forgot about that existed. That's a lot.
I know they're making another movie. They're making a sequel to Afterlife, but they don't really need it. I don't think they should.
It doesn't, but you know what? It made money. The fans were happy, so why not? We waited how long for one?
Yeah, but you really think Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd? I know Dan Aykroyd does because I think he's hurt for money. Do you really think that?
What his thing isn't doing as much from you? Like his vodka isn't doing so well.
Probably not. His Crystal Skull vodka or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Am I
I mean,
supposed to be
maybe.
sharing this? I should probably stop sharing that.
It's a random picture of some animated white dude. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
definitely not woke on this podcast.
No, I mean I'm pretty well. By the way, there was another Ghostbusters show, Extreme Ghostbusters.
It was more recent, wasn't it?
That was 97. It
Yeah, more
lasted
recent.
for 40 episodes, one season, and it had different
Did you see
people.
who? Did you see who voiced Slimer?
Billy West, yes.
Billy
But
West.
did you see who else is on the voice cast here? Alfonso Ribeiro from Fresh Prince.
It's only lasted for 40 episodes.
Yes. I mean, it wasn't really. It had no connection really. It didn't have the characters other than Slimer and
It has that
Egon.
vibe. You gotta put that picture up. It has that weird like late 90s art vibe.
Yeah,
Remember
like
when they made the
X-Men,
Ninja Turtles? And
X-Men Evolution.
Yeah, and
I
like
hated X-Men Evolution because the voice of Wolverine, and I'm very particular about this, but the voice of Wolverine in the original show was the best voice of Wolverine. It's perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, it's perfect.
It's the best voice of Wolverine.
They're rebooting. Well, I don't know. They're not really. I guess they're continuing it on Disney Plus.
X-Men 97, yeah. It's
I
like
wonder if he's coming back to do the voice.
Continue. Look at that. It's extreme. One guy's in a wheelchair.
Slimer's not part of the gang.
But that was like the late 90s cartoon had that specific look.
Everything had like edge to it and like the angles and everything else. It was just kind of weird.
It does, and because of it, the stuff hasn't held up as well.
No. What was the other? There was another cartoon. Was the Ninja Turtles probably that second Ninja Turtles cartoon, the one that came out right after the original, like 10 years later, probably.
I don't know. So it was like the X-Men Evolution,
but look at like the points. Everything has points. All their hair has points.
Justice League used the same animation for years. That's why it's held up so well.
Yeah, they never changed anything, and that show is phenomenal. Batman the animated series the same way. You know, it never changed their vibe or whatever. You know, always their animation was the same. The voices were always the same. They never had to change anything. They didn't need to keep rebooting shit. Yeah, see, like this one was fairly popular, at least. The one that came more recently, like 2000, the Ninja Turtle show with what's his name? What's his name? The dude who plays
Mark Hamill?
Samwise.
Oh,
Rudy.
What the fuck is his name? Pete? No.
Fuck, I'm drawing a blank.
His dad is Gomez on Addams Family.
Oh shit, Raul Julia, right? I don't know. Sean
Astin.
Sean Astin. God, it took a while. We got there. But no, he voices Raphael, I think, in the show.
And on the 2012, like the CG version of it?
Yeah, the CG version, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, see, if they literally just took the original Turtles cartoon, and I was having this talk the other day with somebody, give me the original Turtles cartoon, right, from the 80s, that lasted a lot of episodes, by the way. I don't know if you know that.
It was a lot. They used to put the fucking episodes out on VHS.
Oh, from Pizza Hut.
Yeah, Pizza Hut, and they also just sold them, but they were like 4 episodes per tape.
Yep.
But you think about it, there was fucking 35 episodes a season for a lot of those fucking shows.
10 seasons, 193 episodes.
It's fucking insane.
Just take, literally, word for word, just take them and put it in HD 4K. I would fucking watch that.
I'd buy that.
I would fucking watch the shit out of that.
But that new show, Ninja Turtles, wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. At first, I hated it because I was like,
I haven't watched Turtles in ages.
Like, this isn't the same. But then they made this Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it looks like they're going back to like the same.
Well, that's done.
Shit.
They canceled it.
Yeah, thank God. That
2 seasons.
Terrible.
But then there's a movie sequel that was just added to Netflix not that long ago.
My kid watched it.
I'm sure my kid's not into it, but like there's a Seth Rogen produced Mutant Mayhem movie coming out, and another live action one from Michael
Yeah.
Bay, which please no. Those were awful. And
Oh,
we did get to have Stephen Amell as Casey Jones, but
and that also, honestly, Bebop and Rocksteady. I mean, I'm okay with it. The second movie is way better than the first one
it's
by
still not
far,
good.
but still not
It's
good.
still not a good movie.
They're like shitty teenagers, which I mean, I get it. They're supposed to be shitty teenagers, but they dress like shitty teenagers. It doesn't even make any sense.
Remember
Fuck,
the
man. They're
live action?
ninjas.
Remember the
They're
live
ninjas.
action
The original
show?
movie?
No,
Oh,
no, no,
no.
no.
Oh, the one where they put a female turtle in there?
Yes.
That was like the beginning of woke culture.
Yes. We need to have a female, Venus de Milo.
That
Which doesn't make any sense if
Why
all
not
the
just-
other characters were named after painters. Why is the female character named after a statue? It doesn't make any sense.
I don't think anybody realized it. Fucking
She
idiot.
wasn't an artist.
No, I don't think anybody got it though. It's fucking stupid. But
Yeah, they kind of like wrote her off.
but they I forget where I was, like Target, probably 10 years ago, and they had that movie. That TV show is on DVD. You can buy it. I think it's on Amazon too, actually,
The
or
Next
Netflix.
Mutation?
Or Netflix. Yeah, The Next Mutation. It's on Netflix, I think, or it was for a while. It was also, you could buy it on DVD.
Yeah, I mean you can.
It
I
was
don't know why
fucking-
you would want to.
It was fucking terrible show.
You
From what
can
I
buy the
remember.
whole series $10.79 on Amazon right now. Although if you want to buy it
Why?
on DVD, if you want to buy it on Prime Video, it's $42. No, thank you.
Jesus, Prime.
I wouldn't even watch it if you paid me $42. My time is more valuable than that.
Oh man.
Just, like they've taken Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and turned it into a cash cow, essentially. And I get it. It's cool. It's hip. I grew up on it. You grew up on it. Power Rangers is still going.
Power
Like,
Rangers
these
will
are
never
things
stop.
that like they've never really found replacements for them. They just keep going with the same thing.
Well, but at least Power Rangers, they're changing the characters consistently. And my kid has
Only
watched.
because of how they produce it.
Oh yeah, but I mean, you got to think that shit, and they still sell the toys.
It's still based on a Japanese show.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying it's made by a Japanese company. You know, they're not.
They just take the footage of the fighting and make it American.
Yeah. And that they put Americans in there, and they put the action somewhere else. But
It was
I mean,
a big fucking deal. That first season, the first original Power Rangers.
well, you had that. You had VR Troopers. You had.
But the whole
Super-
Green Ranger, White Ranger saga. We were kids. That was like fucking Breaking Bad to us, right?
Do you know the whistle?
I remember it. I don't know what it sounded like.
Yep,
I
remember the
haven't
whistle.
seen it in
Thank you.
ages.
I don't either, but I just remember it. But yeah, that shit. I had all the toys. Like we used to play Power Rangers in the backyard. I mean, it's fucking. Who didn't? That show was massive back then. It was like, and that was the same time. Spider-Man the animated series and all that shit.
They had 2 movies with those characters.
Oh,
like
God.
it was
The
huge.
the movies were so bad though. They were in the theater though.
Yeah,
They were in the theater. That's crazy.
They're not terrible. After they got rid of the original set, for the people who like us, we just stopped watching because it was a whole different people and different things, and we were like, we like the original Rangers. Like that was what we wanted.
What the hell?
Right. Those guys are coasting, and then remember, I forget, but they did reboot it, like the movie. They had like the whole dark
movie. Wasn't that bad actually. It really wasn't that bad.
It really dark, but they couldn't do that. I know they would never do that.
But I mean, Bryan Cranston was the voice of what was his name? Morpheus? I don't remember his name.
Zod.
Was it Zod? No, it's not it. Zed? No, Lord Zed is the big guy.
I don't remember. I don't remember his
Zordon.
name.
Zordon.
I knew it started with a Z.
Zed is the red guy, and Zod is from fucking Superman.
Dude, I didn't forgot, but the dude from Stranger Things is in
Billy.
that.
Yeah,
Billy.
he plays the Red Ranger.
Man.
That's not a bad movie. It's not. I mean, it could be way worse. Let me tell you. I've seen worse. Fantastic Four, that one Josh Trank made, that movie's
Oh,
pretty worse. Might be the worst movie that worst superhero movie. Wow,
I don't know.
that's not true.
That's a tough
That's a
one.
tough thing to go after.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Catwoman is pretty bad. I don't
I
even
don't know.
know.
I didn't think it was that bad.
No, the one with Halle
Reboot.
Berry.
What? No, 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 no. I'm talking about Power Rangers still.
Oh no, no, I liked it. I enjoyed it actually. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. I knew going in that it wasn't going to be great. You know, I still want my fucking Chronicle sequel. What the fuck? Now that's a good fucking movie.
Well, isn't that a Josh Trank movie?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
why
that's
he
never gonna
made.
happen. That's never gonna happen now.
He needs to get some free
Dude,
money
it's
from somewhere.
like after the Fantastic Four thing, and then Capone, which didn't do very well either. I don't know if he'll ever get another job again
Nah,
doing a being a director. Like he had his pick after Chronicle, and then like who's ever gone from something like that, which was really good, uh, and then just fell so hard so fast, like in the last 20 years. I can't think of anybody like that.
it's weird too because he wrote that movie, Capone.
Okay, so they did actually announce a sequel. August 2021, they announced a sequel set 10 years after the events of the first film with a female led sequel. Oh, great! I just can't wait to hear people complaining about that. Oh,
Technically, what a cast that movie had too. The original, that fucking Fantastic Four movie. What a cast that fucking movie had.
wait, you're not talking the
No,
original that
oh no,
never
no,
got
no,
released. Okay.
no. The Fantastic,
Yes.
Fantastic, Fant for Fant Four Stick. That one, Fant Four
The
Stick.
the Chris Evans version.
No, I'm talking about the one that they just made. The cast in that's
Oh,
pretty damn good. Miles Teller, Michael B. Jordan, Kate Mara. Come on. But yeah, so like even like I don't know.
it's because they don't know what to do with Doom. They don't do it right. If you don't do Doctor Doom right, it doesn't matter what the fuck you do.
what is he? He's gonna be in something here soon too. They have a picture of him somewhere. What is it? Aqua? No, fucking not Aquaman. Black Panther. I think he's gonna be in Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Which
He
I
could
don't know how they're gonna do that. That's what I think he. That's what it is. I believe. Doctor.
maybe. Well, the whole thing with Wakanda Forever, I actually like the idea of the story behind it. Is that it's basically like everybody now knows Wakanda exists, and they want to attack the shit out of it. And other places are going to like other places like Wakanda, like with Atlantis, are,
Mhm.
are going to attack it. So, like, I actually like the idea of it.
I wonder who takes up the. You think it's the girl who takes up the mantle?
I mean, that was the idea.
Pretty sure until she went fucking crazy.
I know. I don't know.
Um,
You got half the fan base being like, they should recast. Like he would have wanted it to be recast, and then you had the other half being like, let it just happen. And I don't know what the right answer is. If the movie's good, people won't care. That's what it
put
comes down to.
put Michael B. Jordan in that fucking role. Let him have it. Who cares? They can figure out a way.
Ryan Coogler has not really failed yet as a
No,
writer or director, so
no,
we'll
he's
see how
solid.
that goes.
No,
Well, he's only done 4 movies, to be honest.
yeah, it's true.
He's done Fruitvale Station, Creed, the first Black Panther, and now Black Panther 2.
All
And wrote and direct all 4 of them.
yeah. I mean, he's a talented guy. Fruitvale Station won him an Oscar winner, didn't he?
For what?
Didn't he win a award for?
He won Grand Jury Prize at Sundance.
I thought he won an award for like. Did Michael B. Jordan win for that? Like an Academy Award? I thought he did. Maybe he was not. Maybe he was nominated. I don't know. I don't remember.
I think he was nominated, and he might have been nominated for. I don't know. I mean, we don't. I'm on a.
Is that one of the last movies under the Weinstein Company?
That's a really good question.
So as of 2018,
No, 2000. That was a 2013 movie, so there had to have been other movies that came out after that.
So they actually changed it to Radius, the Weinstein Company, or Radius
After
TWC or whatever.
the technical last movie of the Weinstein companies is The Current War, which I've never even heard of.
So after that, they've released 35 films, including Snowpiercer was one of them. Only God Forgives.
How does this not get like? How did I never even hear about this? There's a lot of names in this.
The
It's
Current
a,
War?
yeah. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, I've heard the name.
It's
I don't
got
know.
Humperdinkle, Pumpersnickel,
Yeah.
Michael Shannon, Nicholas Holt, Tom Holland.
Where did I
Defected.
see a trailer for this not long ago?
It came out in 2017. I've never heard of it.
No,
Rotten Tomatoes are not good on it. 31%. Oof. Oof.
Who the fuck is Alfonso Gomez Rejon?
I don't know.
He directed Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. That sounds.
Yeah.
Nah.
So yeah, the last big Weinstein movie that was nominated for Best Picture was Lion.
Okay. Nah.
Other than that, they did like a bunch of others, but yeah, I don't know. They did the Amityville TV show too.
Amityville TV show.
Yeah, did you know that there was an Amityville? I didn't even know.
No.
The Amityville cinematic universe extends to television.
There was an Amityville TV show?
Yes, sir.
Wait.
It was released on. No, actually, no, I'm sorry. It was a movie. Why is it listed as TV shows then? Was this TV shows? Oh, no, it was under Radius. I'm sorry. Radius TWC. I scrolled down too far. They did executive produce the Waco thing. So, yeah, this is the Amityville is the last actual movie.
Oh, Amityville Horror?
No, Amityville the Awakening. 2017 with Bella Thorne, Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Yes. I remember this. It was bad from what I remember.
The 10th installment of the main Amityville horror film series.
Ugh,
Why?
Why are
Why so many movies?
Yeah, we still never talked to the Amityville vibrator guy, whatever the hell the name
do we really want to, though? I don't know if I actually want to.
Honestly, probably not. Let's be honest. Probably not. Halloween, maybe?
Dude, there's a movie, Amityville Hex. Okay, I don't know the last time we talked about Amityville, but Amityville Hex came out August 9th, 2022. Then there's Amityville in the Hood. What the fuck is even that?
There's 15 coming out soon. They just came out.
An East Side gang uses the Amityville property to grow marijuana.
Oh my god! Actually, I'd probably watch that. It sounds pretty good.
No, it sounds terrible.
It sounds terrible. So, starting in January, Amityville Scarecrow, Amityville Uprising, Amityville in Space. Count me in. I'm in.
We talked about Amityville in Space, I thought.
No, we talked about Jason in Space.
And Amityville in Space. I'd have to go back and listen to that episode. Amityville Scarecrow? Amityville Karen? Amityville Karen?
Oh, yeah, we did talk about this. I remember this. I remember watching the trailer. I remember.
An angry and entitled Karen turns murderous when she becomes possessed by an evil.
Oh, God. Speaking of Karens.
It's just like if you slap Amityville in the name of anything, you'll get people, oh, Amityville? Amityville? We should just be the Amityville podcast. We don't even have to actually talk about it. We used to live near it. That's about it. We're as close as we are to it.
So when I first saw that story about that guy who crushes the woman's car, the one I said you earlier, they on the news, they didn't really say why. They just said, oh, he's in jail now or whatever. And then I read the actual thing, but at first I was like, she was probably just being a fucking Karen, complaining about something noise, and he just fucking said, fuck it, I'm gonna crush her car. And then I read this article, I'm like, oh fuck, I feel really bad now. She was not being a Karen. She was just being, I don't want to buy drugs person. Okay?
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, hold on a second here. We're gonna end it on this note.
Good plan.
Okay, so this is the Amityville Karen. All right, let's
We're gonna watch this trailer. Let's do it.
Oh my God.
Who plays Karen?
Dude, just wait. Just you wait. Just you wait for this, all right? Let's blow it up here. Does it look good? Okay. So, you hear it?
Mhm.
Okay, so they oh shoot, what happened?
They booted
Damn
it
it.
off on you?
I accidentally closed it.
It
Mistake.
already
I don't
looked
know.
bad.
I've never done that before. So that looked like the actual house. Like they went to the actual house and filmed that,
That was a bad idea.
which is not something you should ever do because people actually live in that house. But okay, anyway. Look how cheap this looks. My kid has made better trailers than this.
So hard to find. I might have to.
Is that a wig?
Yeah.
That has to be a wig, right?
No, it's a wig, yeah. Yeah, it'll be. Well, obviously, they're making her look like a Karen.
Just fire you right now. Show me your work. Work, bitch. Work.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
I don't know.
Who's Lauren Francis? Oh, I thought that was Tom Cruise for a second.
We're trying to make a difference in America by bringing joy to people.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Who's he
Thanks,
talking to on
thanks
the
for
phone?
sharing.
Everyone's talking about this wine, the Amityville wine. They say it's from Amityville, and they're saying that it's cursed.
That's it. It's a cursed wine. Is this supposed to be a house? What is this?
I don't know. I feel like they just rented this room out to film this movie.
Where is the music coming from? There's no. He's playing a guitar and there's no amp.
This is fucking terrible.
It's terrible, isn't it?
What the fuck? But why? But why?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what's happening. Is it the wine? Is the wine cursed?
Oh, there's so many.
What? What is this?
Okay.
What is this?
Is that Kit Pardue? Has it just fallen so far that Kit Pardue?
Look at this.
I don't think that's him, actually.
Wait, hold on. Amityville is in New York. Those are palm trees. Palm trees don't exist in New York. They don't.
Jesus.
Oh my god. It looks terrible.
I refuse to support and follow that.
You can actually buy this movie. It just came out. Look at that. It just came out September 13th, 2022 on DVD. Look at that right there.
I want to meet one person that owns this movie.
I don't know. Nobody. I mean, it just came out. So nobody technically owns it yet. Right? I mean, like, it just sounds awful. There's no reviews for it, obviously, because every neighborhood has a Karen, and Amityville is no exception. When stealing a cursed bottle of wine from a struggling local brewery, okay, wine from a brewery, okay, but you brew beer at a brewery, you don't brew wine.
Karen wine at a winery,
right? A winery. Like, come on.
The dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Karen soon finds that the price to pay is far more dangerous than your average hangover. Everyone in her path becomes prey, and not even a manager can be called in to stop her.
Oh my god. Managers can't stop a Karen anyway. No, Karen's gonna Karen.
I just don't understand stuff like this.
There's so many schlock horror movies.
Like,
We saw
it's not even like schlock. It looks like it was filmed on like an iPhone.
probably was.
And like a really cheap iPhone.
That's,
What is it with people like they'll if it's horror related, they'll watch any of it.
Well, do you remember the video store? People would rent every single horror
But those
movie.
were like actual horror movies.
Not all of them. Some of them were B horror movies or C horror
Yeah,
movies.
but they were like they actually had like a budget. Like we could film something like that. The dude when she's eating the intestines, it's just, what is that?
That's when you take a step back and be like, maybe we shouldn't film this because it doesn't look even remotely close to real.
Like, don't film it. Like, just make it like you could do so much with lighting and other things. But no, you have bright lighting on it and it looks cheap.
Make it dark, really, really dark.
Right.
Have somebody, I see the way they filmed it, you couldn't do that because it's so stupid. They made it like a real movie. If you did like somebody walking up to it and like all of a sudden she comes out of the dark, she's just covered in blood and there's a guy behind her with guts spilled out. You don't have to see the fake guts. They look so fake.
I don't understand. What does Amityville have to do with it?
Nothing. Because
have they changed the Amityville house into an Amityville winery, farm that grows grapes, and that's how they. I don't understand.
There was a bottle of wine that was found at Amityville Horror House, and they took it. Now it's in California, and now it's Amityville Karen.
At least Amityville in space makes sense. It's the house getting blasted into space.
Yeah, as much sense as that can make.
It makes much more. And I never thought I'd have to say that ever in my life, that a movie in which the Amityville horror house gets blasted into space makes more sense than another movie with the Amityville. This is where we are in 2022.
We're talking about Amityville again. This is 2 podcasts out of 83 that we've talked about Amityville horror house movies.
I can't stop talking about it. There's so many of them.
We should actually just have a podcast about Amityville horror and just talk about just normal stuff that happens in Amityville.
It's like the Amityville normal. Instead of the Amityville horror. It's the Amityville normal.
Amityville Normal House. That's going to be the name of this podcast, Amityville Normal House. There you go. You're welcome.
Look, okay. And we've said this before. I'll say it again. We lived within a 5-minute drive of the Amityville horror.
You could barely drive. You can't really drive. They used to have cops like outside.
They changed the house. They changed the house number, so it's not the same. But you know what it is if you really watch the original movie.
You couldn't even drive past that fucking house.
Oh, right. It was fucking madhouse.
The cops blocked the road. You couldn't drive past it. I felt so bad for those fucking people. Even though we tried to do it, but still, I mean, I felt kind of bad for them.
We've lived there. There have been, I don't know. I always felt that the Massapequa house was way creepier than the Amityville horror house.
Which one?
The witch's house in Massapequa.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was fucking creepy as shit.
Right. I always thought that was way creepier.
Well, I mean, creepier because by looks, but if Amityville, the guy killed his family in there, so that's why it was.
Looks creepy. You could just say anything happened there.
No, I know that's true. I'll probably put a curse on everyone. I gotta see that picture. I need a picture of that house. I haven't seen that in a long time.
They think they call it like the witch's house or the Massapequa hell house, whatever it is. But they definitely. Hold on, I'm pulling that up right now. So we're gonna.
Oh man, I can't remember. I forgot about this.
You forgot about the Amityville, the Hell House, the Horror House, whatever.
Yeah, the Amityville.
Now you have to understand that this, on its own, okay, it doesn't look that terrifying. But you have to understand that it's basically the only house that looks like this for like the entire town. Every other house around it is a perfectly normal like Levitt house, like a 2-story cheap house. Whatever, like it's basic design. And this house looks like this, has this weird fence, this iron fence on the outside. No other house has it like that. And there's always curtains on. You can never see what's going on in there. And like you'd see like very faint light in the house.
Apparently there's a bleeding maroon sidewalk and a hearse parked in the driveway. If it was me, I'd play it up. I would absolutely play this shit up.
Right, I would.
And park a hearse in the fucking driveway. Let's do it.
Look, okay. All somebody needs to do, and I'm throwing $1 million movie eyes out here, okay? Amityville Horror House, right? Bring it back. And then the sequel is the Massapequa Horror House, right? or whatever you want to call it, Massapequa Hell House. And then in the third one, they fucking fight each other.
They turn
who
into
the
giant transformers, and they beat
No.
each other
The
up.
people that are haunted by the Massapequa house fight the people that are haunted by the Amityville horror house. And then the fourth one is in space.
And then in the fifth one, they get transported back to the Wild West. Okay, end of story. I'm hanging up now. I still want to make that Jason Goes West movie. I don't know. I feel like you should just go.
We
to
have to
California.
make that other movie that we talked about.
Oh yes, that's happening. Oh,
that
that's absolutely
needs to happen.
Uh,
Anyway, we're not even going to talk about that one because
we're
it's
not.
so good of an idea. But
Yeah, I
if
don't
you want to hear other ideas that we've had, or if you want to go back and listen to old episodes, we had a whole episode pretty much about the Amityville stuff. So if you want to hear more about that, find us on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, whatever. We're on everything. Wherever you find a podcast, listen to us there. So make sure you subscribe. I'm on Twitch. When we go live, you'll know because we don't even know when the hell we're going.
No, we don't.
We don't have a schedule. Twitch, TikTok, Mark and JD, Twitter, Mark and JD, Facebook, Mark and JD, Instagram, Mark and JD. We've got Mark and JD on lockdown. Lockdown. Lockdown.
Yeah.
So yeah, make sure you give us a follow, and just come chill, just hang out, man. Whatever.
Do what you gotta do. Do what you do.
Do what you do. Now I gotta go take a shower because I'm hot as shit. It's even hot in my fucking basement.
That is kind of weird.
It is.
All right, go shower.
It's awful down
I
here.
can smell you from here.
I'm sure you can.
You look sweaty.
I can smell me from here too. I am sweaty. Fucking dying, bro. Like it stains.
Probably.
God. Fucking hot as shit. All right, we'll catch you whenever.
Yeah.
Who knows?
One day.
That's why it's important to subscribe. All right?
Subscribe. Yes.
Yeah.